Hi guys, welcome back. I'm home safe from Wonders of the Sea cruise. It's been about a month, a little over a month. It takes a while to do these videos, so I'm trying. This is the last one I'm doing, so I'm trying to, get it out, give you some tips and pros on what to do or what to expect on your cruise. The first question we asked ourselves when we booked this trip was, can you feel the boat rock? We worry about that the most because of motion sickness. It was a large group of us going, and we just want to make sure everybody's feel comfortable and not get sick during the trip. It all depends on the sea choppiness, right? A modern cruise ship have stabilizers that extend from the hull underneath the water that minimize the rocking motion. Most of the time in calm water, you usually don't notice this, but through you might occasionally hit a swell and feel some motion. There were several nights where the shows actually got canceled, and one of our members did get motion sickness because of the rockiness of the ship. You know, it also depends on the person, the feel factor, including the size of the boat and your own personal sensitivity of motion sickness. I do recommend bringing motion sickness meds. Now the ship do sell those meds on the unbox, as you can see if you watch my video. They're a little bit pricier, so recommend bringing your own to save a little bit money. What do you pack? We like to travel light, so we pack everything that was pretty light, not much, only stuff that we really need. Again, as I mentioned earlier, your personal meds, motion sickness, pair of tennis shoes if you like to do rock climbing, zip lining. You also require socks for that. You always want to pack a nice outfit for your dress your best day. There was 2 days of that where we had to do. I just wore some polo shirt. You can wear, I just wore polo shirts and some jeans, and some people were wearing suits. So it all depends on what you want or how you prefer. Also bring some sunscreen and some comfortable shoes or sandals. I wore sandals, but make sure they're comfortable, which one you bring. Also bring some cash for your itinerary port stops. They have a lot of souvenirs from shops. Some of the shops don't take cash, so recommend bringing a little bit of cash, and so that you can go shopping and tip if you need to. The next very important thing is you bring your ID, passport, and make sure they're valid. 6 month to expiration date. Make sure they're valid, because you got to have that. Just even bring it with you on the internet port stops, because just in case you get stopped or wherever, you have the ID with you. Embarkation date. On the day of your entrance of the ship, you're going to need your ID, your passport. You're going to be screened like you're at the TSA airport. It's just pretty simple, good security to make sure everybody's safe. And of course, I didn't have a problem with that. I thought that was a good thing to do, to get screened and check for everything, because you're on the ship with like almost 10,000 other people. You want to make sure you're safe, and then that was a good thing. I didn't mind going through security checkpoints and stuff. Now your main luggage will be taken to your stateroom. So the day before you go sailing, they're gonna send you an email and then tags, and you got to put those tags on your suitcase. And then once you put those on your suitcase, when you get there at the port, they're gonna take those luggage upstairs. Now you're allowed 12 pack of 18 oz canned water pop. Now you're gonna have to take that yourself. You're not gonna be able to leave it with your luggage. So something to think about if you're trying to save a little money, a little more hassle. But each stateroom gets one 12 pack, up to 18 oz of a pop or can. Now once you pass security and you get on the ship, you're going to be able to use all the services already the ship's providing. Like you can go under the water park slide, you can do the rock climbing, flow rider. Everything's going to be operating like it's the first day of your cruise. What we did was we went to Windjammer, of course, and ate, and that took us about an hour. And then that first day, the Windjammer is packed. So it's because that's what everybody's going to do. Everybody gets on the ship, they want to try the food, and but you're going to be able to carry your personal item, and you're going to be able to walk around. But after we ate, we did our security safety checks or training, and that's one thing. The ship's not going to leave until everybody on board does that. So that's one thing you're gonna have to do. You're gonna need an email, your personal email and everything to set up that with the app that they have, and you can sign in group wherever and go as a group, get trained. But it was pretty fast, pretty simple. But we did that next, and by about 3 o'clock, they were saying at 4 o'clock the stateroom would be ready, but our rooms got ready at 3 o'clock, so we went back to the stateroom and kind of get everything unpacked and get everything ready. And some of our stateroom pack, and some of our stateroom luggage was not all there yet, so your luggage will be delayed. Depends on the amount of people on the ship, and we have total 5 rooms. Most of our rooms all got our luggage except 1 or 2 rooms. As for the stateroom, how did we like it? It was clean, it was nice, had plenty of charging ports, but I do recommend bringing extra charging, USB charging ports if you have a lot of items or iPads or whatever electronics to charge. Now, we recommend staying in the middle of the ship and above level 6 or 8. So you won't be able to hear or feel the motion sickness as much. But if you say from the other end or one end of the ship, you're going to feel the motion sickness a little bit, and also high or low, whatever. Now, another thing you got to think about is the noise, right? We stay in the Park Central, our stateroom was in the Park Central room area, so it wasn't as noisy because Park Central attracts a little bit more mellow people, more relaxing atmosphere. Now, if you stay at the boardwalk, wherever, you're going to be able to hear the Aqua Theater when they perform and everything. Something to think about too, the sound, the noise, and the location. And again, middle of the ship, you actually get to go back and forth a lot quicker and easier from one end of the ship and wherever you need to go. We also had a virtual room. One thing I didn't like about was the heat that emit from the LCD screen, because it was a large screen. But you got a view of the outside of the ship every day. You can turn on and off, so that wasn't too bad. But it was nice. The kids enjoyed it. Gave it a little bit more entertaining. And Royal Caribbean does make you feel like you're royal, and I can see why they got the name Royal Caribbean, because they do clean your room and everything. Once or twice, depends on how often you want it. And they make beds. They give you towels, clean the restroom, everything. It's all included, so you do feel royal. As for the in-air port stops, I recommend getting up really early if you want to get everything done on the port or your excursion, because you don't have about 6-8 hours, and that is not much. And we felt like we were rushed on several of our excursion. Felt like we didn't have time, so it's one of those. Even we even left at 8:30 in the morning. So these ports that the ship stops on, they are very fun, but they are very fast paced. So something to think about. You got to really plan and laser focus and plan ahead. Get your excursion all booked, everything, because you're gonna not have much time to do much on these inner stop ports. The 3 ports we stopped at, our favorite one was Honduras. People were there. It was very friendly, nice. It was raining a little bit, but the temperature was warm, so it didn't affect us as much. We still enjoyed it. Again, it was very fast paced because we did a lot of stops on the excursion. Our tourist guide was very nice. He was very informative. We couldn't ask more. Our next one that we like, our second best one, was Cozumel, and that was fun. We didn't book any excursion, but last minute we booked a cheap excursion. And it was a little expensive because we booked it at that moment. I think we could have got a little bit cheaper, but the island was beautiful on the ocean side, and we got in town a little bit different. The island people there was really friendly. They treat you really good and well, and we didn't have any problem. We like Cozumel. The shops there, the port was huge. There was a lot of shops, a lot of things to do at Cozumel. Costa Maya was one of our least favorite. The people there were not friendly. They were not. You can tell we get that vibe where they didn't really want you there. They were kind of annoyed, and there was not many people where we were at. We booked some golf carts, 2 golf carts. We went around on the coast marketplace, and it was different. In I'm sure maybe we just got a bad experience of the area we were at. We followed the Facebook on the cruise, and there was a lot of people complaining about Costa Maya. Even our MDR waiter, he was saying that Costa Maya was one of the worst or less friendly places to be on. As for shows and entertainment, the shows were top notch. They were excellent, very professionally production, high budget. We watched one show that actually had 100 drones flying in the theater all in sync. That was pretty neat to watch. You got actors hovering around your head, floating across the theater and in the aquadome. Now, as for seats, every time we went, it was packed. You know, hard to get seats. Recommend you get in there at the show half an hour earlier. Even some of the shows we got there half an hour early, and we still had hard to find seats. Now you can make reservation on your app for the shows, but it only guarantees you. It don't guarantee you to be at the show. You still sometimes you still have to stand. So that's the only thing about the reservation. It doesn't guarantee you a seat even though you book it ahead. Next one is, should you eat at the MDR or the buffet or other restaurants? It all depends on your preference. The MDR is for more of a royal feel. Like you want to be dining wine and you want to have a waitress. The experience, that's what you go for. And it was fun. We did both. We felt we were very royal when we were at the MDR. The food was a little bit better. Of course, at the MDR, the food presentation is a little better than the buffet. One night we had Italian at the MDR. At the buffet they also serve the Italian food, but of course it's in a larger buffet serving than single serving. We really enjoy the MDR. They had all the waitress, the waiter, dancing and on the special nights wherever. It was a fun, good experience. My kids really enjoyed it. My wife, my whole group did. So I do recommend it. But the only thing I didn't like about it was the timing. You have to schedule your time. Now you don't have to schedule your time, but if you go there, there's a huge long line. So I recommend scheduling or making reservation. So I recommend making reservation for your MDR before your trip or first thing you get on the ship. We did ours at 5:30 because that's the time we think they will reflect our schedule. Now everybody's preference schedule is going to be different. If you're a late upstater or whatever, you're going to book it a little bit later. But we go to bed pretty early, so we decided to book at 5:30 so we can enjoy other things after dinner. As for the buffet, buffet is fast paced. You go there, you serve yourself. You all know how to eat buffet. First place, the appetizer. Second plate is pretty much what you like on the appetizers. Your second plate, right? And it's fun. It's just a different atmosphere. And we decided to do that for 2 nights instead of the 3 nights at the MDR. Now, drink package. We were worried about first about drinking, having water and everything. The ship offers plenty of water and fruit punches everywhere. But the ship offers plenty of drinks and fruit drinks everywhere at all the complimentary restaurants. So don't be afraid, man. I recommend bringing a bottle, a 20 ounce, a larger bottle, so you can refill it and bring it back to your stateroom. We didn't have any problem. My kids, they all drank fruit punch instead of pop. I drank water, coffee. It was pretty much everywhere. You're not gonna be dehydrated. And plus the water, filtered water, was excellent. You didn't taste any chlorine. You didn't taste any. It was good water. Now that's one thing we were worried about. We didn't think the water was gonna be excellent. Now, if you're a alcohol drinker or soda drinker, then they do sell a package for all that. Now you might ask, what do you drink at the MDR for my dining? Now you can ask for fruit punch, water, iced tea, coffee. They have all that stuff. You can ask for it. Now if you want just one Coke, they do charge you for it. They charge you on your stateroom. But we were fine. We didn't have any problem, any issues. Everybody enjoyed whatever they drank. The overall experience What did we think about the cruise? We loved it. We liked it. The only thing for us was to get from point A to point B from Indiana. That was most logistic exhausting for us. If us getting to from Indiana to the port was exhausting. We had to fly. We had delay on the way back. It's good value, bang for your buck for us. Family of 7 going on there, and you get room service, you get all exclusive, you get food, ports, stop at different ports. Now, if you're living in Florida, I can see why people that live in Florida, they travel out there on the cruise. It's only a couple hours away. Even if you live in Atlanta, 4 or 6 hours, it's not a bad drive. I can see value in that. But for us, this trip, we're probably gonna do it every couple of years because Indiana to the port is about 20 hours. That's kind of exhausting for us. Now, the cruise industry is growing. Just this year, last year, I'm sorry, 2023, over 30 million people went on the cruise, and I expect this year to grow 6 million, so it'd be 36 million or more people traveling. Cruise industry is booming. I can see why. It's fun. It's it's value. You find value, and keep coming out of these big ships. Icon, that's huge, even bigger than Wonder of the Sea. It feels like you're on a large ship that has everything you needed, everything you want to do. It's going to keep you busy. You're not going to be able to do everything. We thought we were going to be able to do everything and run out of stuff to do, but we didn't, and as for all those specialty restaurants, those, we didn't even try those. Those are maybe for next time when you go on the ship, if you're bored, try, for people that actually are bored with the buffet or the MDR, you can try those restaurants. So there's a lot of things to do on the ship. Now, the thing about going on a large ship is you get all the activities, more things to do, more restaurants, more pools, just a bigger ship overall. And the con about going on a big ship is it can't stop in smaller ports, so you might miss out on all the smaller islands. As for smaller ships, they have the ability to do more ports, stop at different ports, because different islands, because it's smaller, and more choices. Now, you're gonna have less things to do though, and less people, more motion sickness rocking on the ship because it's smaller. So those things you got to think about between large and small ship if you decide to book in the future. The reason our family decided wanted to see because it's a larger ship, less motion sickness, and we want an open ship, more things to do. We're afraid we can get bored because we're a large family and we like to do a lot of activities. So if you're looking to book a ship, make sure all these criteria fits your preference, because you got to look into all that. You can't just, there's a lot of ship out there. You can't just pick whatever ship you want. Every family is different, so make sure you pick what best fit your preference criteria. And thanks for watching, and hopefully you found value in this content. And good luck to your selling in the future if you decide to sell. Take care. Bye now.